Activity 5 focus on Domain 5. Assessment is an inevitable part of the teaching learning process. It determines the effectiveness of the curriculum. At the same time, it assesses or evaluates the learner's performance. There are different assessment tools that can be utilized throughout the process where feedbacks are drawn. In this activity, the FS students will be engaged in varied opportunities, which will help them understand better the assessment process.
Building alignment between assessment and learning outcomes also allows you to develop and communicate the pathway for students' learning progression. It enables you to explain what knowledge and skills were expected on entry to the course and the knowledge and skills that will be developed throughout the course. As students move through a program, the sophistication and difficulty of the assessment choices you make should be increased as you deepen your expectation of student learning and engagement with the material. Beginning your outcome planning at the program level when considering assessment is helpful in making this progression clearer and more seamless as students progress through the program. Courses do not exist in isolation, and considering your course's outcomes and assessment from a programmatic perspective is very beneficial in ensuring that students progress appropriately through the program and achieve the skills and knowledge that are necessary in the appropriate sequence.
Authentic assessment is a form of assessment in which students demonstrate meaningful application of knowledge and skills by performing real-world tasks. These tasks involve effectively and creatively addressing problems faced by professionals, consumers, and citizens in that field. Students' performance is evaluated utilizing a rubric. Authentic assessment is a form of direct assessment because it provides direct evidence of application of knowledge, skills, and attitude. It is often referred to as performance assessment or alternative assessment.
With traditional assessment, instructors often discuss and discourage against teaching to the test, which authentic assessment instructors are encouraged to teach to the test because students need to learn how to perform the meaningful tasks associated with their real-world experience to develop student knowledge, skills, and attitudes in order to perform well. The instructor should show the student models of good and inaccurate performance. Sharing the scoring rubric with the student is also encouraged. By sharing the rubrics, the instructor is not providing the answer to the assessment, but assisting the student in understanding the key focus areas and what is considered as strong.
The main purpose of BE-EGE rubrics is its ability to assess students' performance or work. Rubrics can be tailored to each assignment or to course to better assess the learning objectives. Being able to tailor and customize rubrics means that rubrics can be used for just about any assignments and any course. Basically, a rubrics can be a one-size-is-all tool.
The best way to report the grades to the parents is you must first introduce to the parents the grading system. You should also present to them how to compute it and so they are now aware of it. Then explain and present the performance of the learner and how they interact in their daily lives in school. You should honestly report the real performance of the student, not in a frank way, but in a way that the parents will know the performance of the student. In that way, parents will help the teacher to encourage the learner to participate and encourage them to give extra effort, especially in the class.
We should always find and search different kinds of strategies that will ensure the learning of the students. In that way, we can measure the different skills and abilities of the learners since every student are different and special. In terms of grading and reporting, of course, we should be honest and fair. In reporting the grades to the parents, we should not be harsh or frank upon reporting the performance of the learners.